What's good? Look up to all the enlightened ones from inner space. You've definitely landed at the right time and place. If you're here, it's for a reason, not a season. Let's connect some of these dots of the past, present, and future. Unite, build, because divided, we already conquered. Knowledge, understanding, wisdom, we could slay any monster. Welcome to Pangea, where we put it all back together as one.
Over under 212, right? The money's on the over. You would never know he rigged that game because he's gonna rig it in the favor of the stars. Wow. Right? So now you're playing in that game. This is a game you're gonna have 40-50. Because all I have to do is just blow the whistle every time I think you got touched. You have a 3 and it's crushing ball, and 1. 3 go in. All I'm doing is just putting points on the board.
Free throws.
So this is not a game you can see that, oh, this is, you know what I mean? I'm calling and 1, and 1. You know, that's when you get all of that. I'm not gonna foul you out, I'm not gonna foul you out. Right, I'm gonna call a bunch of fouls on a whole bunch of people that have no importance to this. I want you to score 40, I want you to score 40 because the number rises.
Wow.
Like if you're a referee and you're talking about point spread, you can see that shit coming from a mile away.
So a guy like Lou Dort is the defensive guy that's gonna stop one of those offensive guys. We're gonna put him in foul trouble so that offensive guy can get off.
Yeah, that's when he'll get them quick, easy fouls. Like you can tell when you're trying to, cover the spread because now you're calling, like if you're the underdog, I'm trying to get the star players in foul trouble so they don't have the rhythm. You know what I mean? It's little things like that.
Rudy Gobert thing.
What about it?
What did you think about it?
What did he do?
He did that money thing and got fired.
Oh, you gotta find him.
Why?
Because you're basically insinuating that refs are getting paid.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, Shaq. I didn't mean to bring up old stuff. But you're insinuating.
You not agree with that?
No, but you're insinuating the refs are getting paid at the game.
I thought he should have got suspended.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. Hey, stop it. You're going too far now.
No.
You're going too far. Stop it.
Shaq, let me tell you something. The one thing we can never do in sports, ever, is make people think
that the game is not fixed.
It's not fixed. We can if we ever get to the point, any sport, if they found out, it would ruin the sport. If they found out, it would ruin the sport.
So we decided to ask players, what was their script they got when they were drafted?
My script was that they told me that I was going to tear my ACL my rookie year, and I was actually kind of mad when I saw that. Like I read my script and it said, listen, you're going to tear your ACL the last regular season game. And I was sad because that means I missed the Super Bowl and wasn't able to play it.
My script, it was pretty long. I didn't know if I was going to make the league because, trying to learn something like that was pretty tough.
My script been pretty crazy because this is my 4th year in the NFL, and I've been to 3 Super Bowls. So when I walked in, day one, they was like, this what they handed me. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take that one right there. I'm gonna take the 3 appearances in 4.
The NFL is scripted. According to Arian Foster, it's scripted. And it brings me back to Super Bowl 51 when we're down 28-3. We're in the locker room and they throw us the script for this amazing comeback. I'm sitting here like, these writers are out of their mind. No one's gonna believe this.
Right.
And we went out and executed and it looked good. And then the next year I saw on the script in March that I had to tear my ACL going forward, missed the 2017 season.
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive? When the people are asking questions and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. He has great chariot races and football games and basketball games and all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated.
There's always things to watch.
So they don't ever question the emperor.
Has anybody seen this on CNN today? At 7:13 p.m. Pacific time, it says the firmament blocks raptured Christians from entering heaven today. I mean, it's hard to find the rapture inside of here alone. I think the rapture should be postponed, man, until further notice. I think that we should postpone studying the rapture and, focus on the Great Tribulation because they got blocked today. by the firmament.
Now I know we all know who this guy is, right? Bill Nye the Science Guy? Like, there is no way y'all don't remember who Bill Nye is. Remember being in science class, the lights would turn off, and this would play? Who remembers that time he slipped up and told us that we can't leave the earth?
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the earth. There's no place to go.
Now he knew exactly why we can't. Come on, guys. Now this is the man who invented NASA, is Werner von Braun. Now this is his tombstone with the Bible verse, Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Now he already knew we can't leave the earth, hence why he put a Bible verse talking about the firmament. It's time for y'all to wake up. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow, and share this with someone that needs to see this. And like always, God bless.
I'm about to show y'all why God put water above the firmament. The Bible clearly says that the firmament is made out of glass. Job 37:18 says, "Hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong as a molten looking glass." Revelation 4:6, "And before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal." This is what the book of Ezekiel says about the firmament. Above the head of the creatures there was something that looked like a dome, made of dazzling crystal. That's Ezekiel 1:22. Above the dome, there was something that looked like a throne made of sapphire. And sitting on the throne was a figure that looked like a human being. The throne of God is above the firmament. Ezekiel also said that the throne of God looked like it was made out of sapphire crystals. This is sapphire, aka sky blue. And yet you ask, what does God know? He is hidden in the clouds. How can he judge us? You think the big clouds keep him from seeing as he walks on the dome of the sky. So we got a molten looking glass firmament, a sapphire crystal throne, and a sea of glass that God walks on. And we also know that sometimes these clouds get in his way. But what does this have to do with water above the firmament? So you got a molten glass firmament, water above the firmament, and a sea of crystal that God walks on and watches us. The firmament is basically a giant magnifying glass for God.
There are land papers before slavery in my people's name here. How was it? Because when the Europeans came here, what Roderick is talking about, we gave a lot of people some spots to settle. But they took those spots and wanted bigger spots. My people right now, the Shatta, they took on the end from our people, I'm talking about the end of the big take, 25 million acres of land by removing my people from here to Oklahoma. That was the last of their land, 25 million acres of land. And it was people that looked like me. What Andrew Jackson did was he appointed some Europeans. I want you to know how I'm here, brother. My grandfathers were a generation of chiefs. I come from a line of chiefs. I'm from a royal family of chiefs. What the Europeans did was took my people, took the women and the children, and some European that Andrew Jackson was friends with, appointed them as chiefs, left the original chiefs back here, took the white chief that he appointed, which into Oklahoma is, as you know today, as Indian Territory. Indian Territory was set up by mixed breeds, okay?
Yeah.
The people that signed the treaty was either non-native or mixed breed.
melanated Indians, descendants of the mound builders, why they got castles in the background. See, y'all just looking at this. People just looking at this. People just looking at this. What about that? What about that? Why that's there? They built it. They built it. I put a video up last year on my old page. It got it's the Grave Creek Mound in West Virginia. Got a big ass castle. Here go the mound, here go the castle right here. I told y'all, the people buried in that mound lived in that castle. Now it's a goddamn prison. Now it's a prison. I put that information on the internet, man. Ain't nobody do that but me. Now I see everybody talking about it. I told you that shit go together. It go together, y'all.
We know the truth now.
No Christmas.
No Christmas. No Easter.
No Easter.
No.
No Valentine's.
No Valentine.
Halloween.
No Halloween.
What about birthdays?
Oh yeah, birthdays.
So you got gifts for birthdays?
It was really, basically, it was Christmas and Easter because my mama say that those are pagan holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, Christmas it's somewhere in the Bible. Like my mama know the Bible from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere in there where Christmas, like Jesus wasn't born on December 25th. It's made up.
Right.
And it's the people just made up to talk about Jesus.
Right. Okay.
And it's against the Bible against it somehow. Somewhere it's pagan holiday.
Okay.
Of folks out here who think that Christmas is the original holiday at this time of year, and we kind of gently, I know Frank and I kind of gently nudge our Christian friends and say, just remember, you got all this stuff from us, because we started this. The tradition of Santa actually comes from the tradition of the Oak King and the Holly King. And Santa is actually the Holly King, who dies at this time of year and gives way to the Oak King to bring back the springtime, because the Oak King reigns during the spring and summer, and the Holly King reigns during the fall and winter. And so Santa's ride is kind of his passing the hat off to the Oak King for the spring and summer. This is a very pagan holiday, because it is. Also, the Christmas tree, our Christmas tree, or our Yule tree as we refer to it, is a very pagan holiday, and what they're doing is bringing in the greenery into your house so that you're bringing in life and vitality and all that the evergreens represent.
Moses is not the real name. That's the made-up name. It really was Pharaoh Akhenaten, who was ushering in monotheism in Egypt while he was a pharaoh, worshiping Amen-Ra, the great Amen. Amen-Ra was one of these Anunnaki people, said, look, from now on, there'll be no other God but me. That made it into the Bible. When you say thanks, you say thanks to me, you say amen. That made it into the Bible. Teach the people only to worship me, not any of my other relatives. I'm the only one and true God. They kicked him out of Egypt. They kicked the Pharaoh out of Egypt, and he fled with his new followers. They crossed the Sea of Reeds, not the Red Sea, which they tell you in the Bible. Nobody ever crossed the Red Sea. It's a mistranslation by accident on purpose. They crossed a much smaller, much easier to cross sea. People realized the information that they had been brought up learning is actually severely inaccurate, and that the information is based on plagiarized tablets between Islam and Christianity and Buddhism and all these other religions that have taken from the same tablets. And the real stories are in the tablets. A full unedited, undoctored, and change these words around here and there, that's not done in the tablets. The tablets is what it says. When you come to the Bible, all of a sudden you get to a lot of text like Jesus saying, honor your slave master as you would honor me. Do you think that just guy would really say something like that if he's all this light and he's a light being and he's all about love and salvation, and then he's telling you now, no, you better obey that slave master? Come on, that's somebody, let me write this in there because it's going to benefit us when we write this in. We can tell the slaves, hey, you see what Jesus said? You better listen to Jesus. So this is a lot of twisting and turning. The Bible is a remix, is what it really is.
Have y'all seen this glitch in the Matrix yet? So this leaf is just like levitating in one spot. There's nothing around it that's keeping it in that same spot. This girl picks up the leaf, throws it back in the same spot, and it's back to levitating again. lately we've been coming across a lot of glitches in the Matrix, but this one right here is brand new and no one can explain what is going on here. I don't see any spider webs. I don't see nothing that's holding this leaf in place. What is that about? Y'all know how in some places there's some zones that you can and cannot go, like the void zones. Do you think this is what this is, a void zone? Like picking it up and put it in the same place, and then when she throws it, it doesn't lay down, it stands up. So I would have thought if it was a spider web, it probably would have laid down on the side on the web, but this thing is standing up once again, y'all. So who can explain what is going on here? Please let us know down in the comments below, because yeah, 2024 is definitely something. But let me know what you guys think about this video and what is making it do this, y'all. This is, yeah, crazy. And like I said, y'all, let's continue to get this shift. Peace and
You know how people say life doesn't feel real ever since 2020?
Yeah.
Well, look, it's because it isn't. For the decades leading up to 2020, there was something going on that the general public never could have expected. Certain aspects of our technology weren't only just providing services for us, they were planning a dramatic shift of consciousness. Google Earth, for the last 25 years, has been creating a completely digitized, three-dimensional blueprint of the entire planet, a perfect database of 3D tracked images of what our external world looks like. While all of our devices that were inside the home, riddled with cameras, have been slowly building back-end digitized replicas of what our households look and feel like. Silently, this siphoned visual information was being harnessed to build a massive digitized replica of our world inside and out, a kind of complex virtual reality that perfectly mimics the real one. Our digital footprints were used to create hyper-realistic digital avatars in this world that look and feel just like us. This virtual reality was being prepared for us to step into.
Okay, wait. Even if they made this digital replica of the Earth, how would they put us in there without us knowing?
Our cell towers are essentially riddled with high-powered neural transmitters, which, with properly pressurized electromagnetic field disbursement, could be used to target the consciousness in every individual within range and essentially absorb the consciousness out of the body and relocate it theoretically even into a digital environment. This process is called a snapshot conscious swap. It can happen instantaneously without the individual being able to grasp what had happened. They'd maybe feel lightheaded for a moment, think it was nothing more than a heat wave. And at some point during 2020, that is exactly what happened. It's why a lot of people couldn't smell or taste. The simulation was still catching up to synthetic scent and taste transmission.
Yo, the English language is a whole setup. Now, I don't know if you know this, but words are spells. That's why you gotta spell your words. They teach you how to spell. And back then, they would teach you how to write in cursive. Keyword curse. And you curse somebody out. These are words that we say and we don't even really pay mind to them. But words are everything. Now, through the TV, what do? They broadcast. So they're casting spells. And the people of the show or the movie are the cast. See, Hollywood comes from the holly tree. Wizards will make their wands from the wood of the holly tree. Do their sorcery. Now, what do they call shows and stuff like that? They call it programs because it's programming you. Then they have channels. So now you're channeling different information, different energy, all of that. Job means persecution in Hebrew. And when you work a job, what they pay you? A salary. Salary means sal. Sal is salt. That's how they used to pay the ancient Romans back in the day. Pharmacy means magic, sorcery, or witchcraft. Alcohol is derived from the word alcohol, which means body-eating spirit, which is why people act out and get possessed when they are intoxicated. That's why they call alcohol spirits. The word alarm originated in Italy as a battle cry, and that battle cry means to your weapons. So when you awake in the morning, awake is a gathering after the funeral, and mourning is a state of grief when somebody passes. That's why we don't say good morning, we say grand rising. But listen to this, so your alarm wakes you up, and that's a battle cry that means to your weapons, and you're now awake, which means gathering after the funeral. Then you're going to your job, which means persecution, to gain a salary, which means salt. During the week, throughout the week, you feel weak, and then you make it to the weekend where you feel weakened. This is why it's so important to switch up your vocabulary, because like I said, words are spells. And depending on what words you're saying, that's gonna be manifested back. It's cause and effect. You put that energy out there. Even if it's unconsciously, you put that out there. So just be aware and definitely start switching up your vocabulary. Stop saying the word spent. Oh, I spent this much, I spent money. Stop saying that. Because once you spent it, the universe hears that, and that's it. You can't get it back because you spent it. But if you say I circulated or I invested, the money is definitely going to come right back to you. I practiced this literally when I was broke, and I noticed the shift. There's a reason why they stripped us from our original languages, and they forced the English language on us. So always be self-conscious and start using more positive words. You already know, family, health is wealth. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you want more content like this, then definitely let me know in the comments. Peace out, fam.